I just started a new remote 9 to 5 job and it's completely changed my routine. Because my days are packed, I now have to shoot all my content at night or on the weekends, like right now. Hi everyone, if you're new to my channel, my name is Paula, and today I'm gonna show you how I built this custom wooden desk from scratch, how this space transforms from a day job workstation into a late night studio, and the specific gear I use in order to film efficiently when the sun goes down. First and foremost, I really needed more desk space. My old desk was a 74 by 25 inch laminate countertop from IKEA. Although it worked for a while, there were a couple things that I did not like about it. One, it didn't have the stability I needed. It would constantly wobble because I also paired it with generic standing desk legs that I bought from Amazon. As some of you know, I have upgraded my main monitor to the 45-inch 5K 2K screen, and it has added more weight to the desk as well as space that the previous desk became less and less of a fit. So I started looking up tabletops online that had more depth, at least 30 inches. The ones I saw online for this size were priced anywhere from $500 to $1,000, depending on how customized you wanted it to be. I simply just wanted a wooden desk that would actually support my setup and can be mounted on standing legs. So we started to think about how we can maybe DIY this. We went to the lumber section of our nearest hardware stores and found this piece of raw wood at Lowe's. It's a 72 by 30 inch Euro spruce softwood, and it just so happened to be the perfect size we're looking for. Because this was raw wood, we wanted to sand and stain this ourselves. We watched a few YouTube videos on how to start and ended up applying 3 coats of wood stain, letting it dry out over the next week or so before placing it on top of my black uplift standing desk legs, which I already owned. I'm honestly super proud of this project and how it turned out, not only because I was able to choose how light I wanted the stain to be, but the best part is it only cost me $99 for the tabletop and maybe around $20 for the stain and sanding materials. It also inspired me to fix the rest of this area since I now have a totally different color palette. I added a pegboard on the wall, and I also switched out my old white bookshelf for this open shelf that also had a similar light wood shade. Since I wanted to balance out the height of the shelf and had this extra space above my desk, we also installed a floating shelf from IKEA, and I decided to go with the dark tone so it complements my desk legs. So now this is where I mainly work during the day and film content at night. This is how I transitioned my daytime work setup into a nighttime studio. Also, one of the biggest uses for this pegboard is to switch out my keyboard and mouse. This is where I store them when I'm done with work and ready to game or edit. At night, my ambient lights turn on, and I also use this inexpensive softbox light from MountDog as my main light source for my videos, which I'm actually using right now. I got this from Amazon, and it comes in a pack of 2 with 2 remotes, so you can use one or both depending on your goal. Super easy to set up, and you can adjust the temperature or brightness level very efficiently as you're adjusting your shot. For my camera gear, I made a few small updates. I have been loyal to Canon for a while now, and I recently traded my Canon R6 Mark II for the R6 Mark III because of the higher dynamic range and C-Log 2. I also paired this with a new lens. I am now using the 28 to 70mm f2.8 RF lens. I like that this has a more compact form factor than the 15 to 35mm. I use the focal length of this a lot more compared to my previous lens since I'm not doing as much vlogging as I used to, at least not with this camera. So the 28 to 70mm has been great for my studio work. For audio, I use the Sennheiser MKE 600 external mic. I like this because it's really versatile. This shotgun mic could be connected to XLR if you have one, but since the R6 does not have this option, you can power it on with battery and it connects through a 3.5mm jack. To monitor my video, I use the Desview Blade 5 Pro. This really helps because it's almost the size of an iPhone, but I can mount it easily on top of my camera and have a really simple way to see if I'm in frame. For my streaming, I also use the OpSpot Tiny 3. I used to stream on my R6 Mark II because that one was compatible with a dummy battery and I was able to use it in place of a webcam. However, when I set up the R6 Mark III, I found out that they have a slightly different battery design and it is not compatible with an external battery. So I kept it a little bit more basic with the camera, with the Tiny 3. Although it is tiny, it is very powerful. The last piece of gear that's helped me the most course, since I now have a lot less time to film and memorize my script, I incorporated the use of a teleprompter. This one is from Elgato and it's really easy to use, but you still need to connect this to a laptop so you can use the Elgato app. It auto scrolls for you, you can adjust the font size, and it makes filming a lot faster. But if you wanted something even simpler, Neewer has their own version of this teleprompter. But with this, you can actually just connect it to your phone via USB-C and it will duplicate your screen. As far as my creative workflow, I edit everything on DaVinci Resolve Studio. If you want to know more about my PC build, I will link that video down below for you. For sound monitoring, I use the Beyerdynamic DT9090 headphones so I can pinpoint when my audio is bad or lacking. And like I mentioned in the beginning, my monitor is the LG 45-inch 5K 2K, and even though I've tested out other monitors since getting my hands on the 5K 2K, I am still choosing this over and over because it works really well for my setup, and the massive screen size has been very helpful for my workflow and has been incomparable to anything else for gaming. I do have a vertical monitor mounted as well. This is the first gen 27-inch LG OLED monitor, which even with over 6,000 hours of use, still has no burn-in and has been a great secondary monitor. And that is the entire setup so far. I'll be real with you guys, balancing this new, much busier 9-to-5 job along with running a YouTube channel has been a bit challenging since it has taken up a lot of energy and mental space. Not to mention, it sucks up more hours into my day. There are nights where the last thing you want to do after staring at spreadsheets and taking calls all day is turn on a camera. But what I've realized is that when you build an efficient environment where everything has a purpose, and you can transition from work mode to creator mode in less than 5 minutes, it makes that balance a little easier to achieve. That's all I have for you today. If you want to know anything more specific about this desk setup, or if you have any questions about the new tools we've incorporated, leave a comment down below. If you guys liked this video or found information helpful, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more tech and gear related videos. If you're still here, thank you all again for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video.